Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sohum Reactions. Peace, love, and positivity to you. Today's request comes from Isa, who sent us an additional two Scorpion songs, both of which are more of a hard rock style rather than the rock ballads that we've been listening to from this group. You guys know me, I love my ballads, but I also love my heavy, heavy music. And really, this channel has gone through so many iterations of itself. We've listened to all kinds of music, and anytime we return to hard rock, well, it's a pretty good time. For those of you who don't know, my music listening career started with bands like Avenged Sevenfold, Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace, Skillet, Red. There's a handful of bands like that, a few more that I haven't mentioned. The list is pretty long, which is more of an alternative metal, hard rock kind of a style. And returning to hard rock only feels right for me. It's like returning home. So very excited to jump into these tracks today. But once again, thank you to Isa for the request. Now, let's jump in. The immediate thing that sparks my interest is the tone. I assume this is Klaus on the vocals again? I know they've had a handful of vocalists over the years. Or like in the Judas Priest world, AC/DC world. Megadeth even. Oh, I love the drop out there. The tone, man. The tone brings with it all of the attitude, all of the angst and power that you need. I'm glad Klaus's vocals are just sending it over the top. And this whole thing about blacking out, like, I have unfortunately blacked out several times in my life due to my own, stupidity, really. I've kind of referred to blacking out as like a bit of slideshow mode, where you'll remember certain aspects of the night, but then at the point at which really there's no return, you start getting basically like one frame out of 60 with each passing moment until you just completely either A, pass out, or B, forget. And unfortunately, and I hope this doesn't upset your stomach, but when I black out, I'll have a lot of nausea, and the outcome of that is never pleasant. My girlfriend says I sound like Godzilla, so no drinking for me for a while. This would be so fun to play. Some squealies in there, or at least it hints at it. God, what a rich tone. That's a perfect sequencing of the riffs. And then the drop out again right before Blackout. It's great riff writing. I believe you, man. Oh, it's nice. And the solo perfectly threads itself back into the riff structure. That's such intelligent songwriting. Just gotta hear the solo again now, and hear the transition back into the riff. And I guess technically you can hear the pattern underneath.
Just want you to know. Blackout. I really had a blackout. Blackout. I really had a blackout.
Why am I reminded of Ann Wilson? Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so violent. The glass shattering. That's hard rock for you, man. Like, there's pretty much no moment of reprieve. It's just guns blazing right out the gate. Like, pretty much the moment of, like, quiet, that little and then the pure dropout where everything is quiet right before the big blackout. Those are your moments of quiet, and really it is technically quiet, but that level of space, because you already have so much like adrenaline running through you, your energy levels are higher because of the power and the energy in these riffs. It's basically like you were just waiting at the top of the tippy top of that roller coaster that you're riding in anticipation of the massive drop. And I wouldn't call that like calm. I would call that the calm before the storm. You know, you can't disentangle that little moment being pure calm, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, again, definitely reminiscent of your Judas Priests, your Motorheads, your Megadeths, your AC/DCs. So much energy jam packed. I love Klaus's vocals getting like to that shrilly kind of place. Um, Kind of reminded me a little bit of the energy in Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne. Um, though in that song, there's a different kind of utilization of the guitar in that track. I feel like when we got to the point of the solo, everything had been pretty standard once we had mentally established the riff. But then once you get to the solo and hear it reintegrate with the riff, and then the sequencing in the core, like that leads into the chorus, that's where like you get all of the beautiful songwriting that comes out of something that is on the surface a lot more like bombastic. And that's something that I feel like a lot of non-metal listeners, non-rock listeners give, rock and metal music a hard time for, as being just loud music and not actually musically challenging, when in fact it's the exact opposite. Oftentimes your metal heads, your rock heads are going to have some of the most complex songwriting ever, and it just goes underappreciated in the zeitgeist, unfortunately. But that's what the point of my channel is to put all of these beautiful songs on the map, even though uh, there's a contingent out there who are just staunchly opposed to rock and metal. And it's a weird position to hold, where like your life's identity is dependent on your distaste for something. That's also a sort of musical identity I'm trying to do away with in the world. If I can have that level of influence, I will try, because you don't have to, even though you don't prefer something, you don't have to make that preference a reality for everyone else. You know what I mean? I believe I go on this rant more often than I probably should, but hey, that's where I'm coming from with this one. But yeah, love this song from top to bottom. Certainly would love to learn how to play it. Tends to be the case with a lot of these Scorpion songs, and I've given my I've like attempted to learn. I've given my like fair effort towards Scorpions. Really, what is holding me back is finding the exact tone in my amp to match their energy. Usually, I can get like the melodic sounding guitar piece to work from their previous ballads. The hard rocky sound, unfortunately, the distortion on my amp or whatever, it like muddles a bit of what I'd like to hear, because the recording of the guitar on this track was sublime. Like truly, I could hear every single string being strummed through. So I like how clean this track felt as well. Let's jump into the next one here. This is Rock You Like a Hurricane. There's 3 layers of guitar already. Oh, dual guitar. And then the left-handed guitar holding down the riff. Drums are solid. This is awesome already. Whoa. Okay, that's a statement. The vocals kind of sound underwater. I'm pretty sure I understand give her inches and feed her well. I'm just seeing if I'm missing some context here. I guess that's what they're referring to. I've got to leave it. Time on a job. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Here I am. Why do I feel like I've heard this line, rock you like a hurricane, somewhere. Yeah, but I don't recognize any of the other elements. Make it, make love. Yeah, I think I figured out what this song is about. Brother is horny. It's like all of the sexual energy being channeled through the guitar. People don't give enough credit to hard rock, but hard rock is a sexy genre. And guitar is a sexy instrument too, like you really can't be wrong. Oh God, those piercing notes up there. It's not even a squealy, by the way. Oh. You know I'm gonna have to run that solo back. Alright, we pulled it back a little further, but you hear the guitar in the distance first, and then it gets closer and then pulls into the front. Guitar makes its presence known, whether you want it to or not. Dude, this song is awesome. That's a hard solo. I think I could probably play Blackout a lot more easier or easily than Rock You. Rocking like a hurricane. The layering of the riff, the vocals, the background guitar, it's all perfect. Here I am, full display. This is me. I'm coming for you. I'm bringing all the energy. That's Rock You Like a Hurricane. Both of these songs today, Blackout, Rock You Like a Hurricane, jam packed with energy. Because we have the two songs paired, I'll make the comparison. I think Rock You Like a Hurricane was even higher up in energy than Blackout. And I think even in terms of like songwriting complexity, Rock You Like a Hurricane also takes the cake. I would say I probably just prefer Rock You Like a Hurricane overall. Blackout is a beautiful song as well, but it's a little bit more simplistic once you've picked up on the riffs and the chorus. The chorus really didn't change across the 3 iterations of it we heard. The part that really stood out for me in Blackout was when we had the transition into the solo and out of the solo back into the familiar riffage. Rock You Like a Hurricane, the way that we had that like ascending pattern in the left panned guitar, the dual guitars at the beginning, and then the transition into the chorus where the vocals, the way that they're ascending and then fall are staggered against the left panned guitar while the electric guitar bubbles beneath and eventually takes over the track. I just feel like there's a little bit more complexity in Rock You Like a Hurricane, and it just happens to be, to me, a far catchier song. That may be prevailing sentiment. I don't actually know how these two songs compare outside of myself. So let's see if I can quickly find that answer online. Rock You Like a Hurricane versus Blackout by Scorpions in terms of popularity. Let's see if Google AI can figure this one out. Rock You Like a Hurricane is vastly more popular than Blackout. While Blackout is legendary, critically acclaimed hard rock title track, Rock You Like a Hurricane is one of the most recognizable arena anthems in music history, dominating global streaming, radio play, and pop culture. Yeah, I'm glad that my my suspicion was corroborated here. I think it's just the energy in Rock You Like a Hurricane that feels a lot more unique than Blackout. And nothing bad to say about Blackout, but once you get it, you get it. It's a simpler song. I feel like I want to say like the shining star is the electric guitar, because often that's a lot of what we're hearing like take over the song and the solos and produce these riffs. And I'm not going to really steer away from that answer, but I do want to say the importance of the vocals in these songs cannot be understated. Like, Klaus is going crazy. These songs would not have the emotional power that they do if it weren't for his vocals. It's really squeezing the life out of them and hitting those higher high notes that sometimes rival what we're hearing in the guitar. You've probably heard me say this before, but human voices are often, the most important thing to focus on. But sometimes in a rock song, the human voice can sort of transmute itself into being an electric guitar in its own right. And then you have dual guitars, one being a vocal, one being a literal guitar. Not everyone can do that. The likes of Klaus and like think of your princes of the world. Those are the gentlemen that are capable of making their voice sound like electric guitar, and that is not something that any band can really emulate. Because there is a difference in like a hard rock voice that is powerful, more earthen, and even a tenor voice compared to a voice that can literally convert itself into electric guitar. I feel like Klaus belongs in that smaller category of a vocalist, which makes listening to Scorpions so much fun. And now that we've experienced their hard rock side, their ballad side, I wonder, are there other aspects to Scorpions outside of these two, or do we just drill further into these two styles? Let me know in the comments, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. I hope y'all enjoyed this reaction today. If you did and would like to request one yourself, please use the first link in the description box below. That's the best way to support my channel. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.